I want to address the Robbie Neilson situation. Okay. So, again, for those of you just joining us, you want to hear from Lightning Hop, you want to hear about Isaac Howard. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But before we do that, let's address the elephant in the room when it comes to the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and that's head coach Robbie Neilson being relieved of his duties this morning as coach of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, just the day before the Rowdies home opener tomorrow night at Al Lang. And we'll speak with Leo Fernandez at 1 o'clock today about the home opener and if we could possibly see him in the squad. He hasn't played yet this season. Steve Coleman, former first assistant with Loudoun United, who the Rowdies play tomorrow night, he's appointed as the interim head coach. Robbie had a 17, 17, and 8 record across all competitions with the Rowdies, and he finished 6th in the Eastern Conference. It doesn't even sound right. 17, 17, and 8, 6th in the Eastern Conference. This is the Tampa Bay freaking Rowdies that we're talking about. This is a team that is continuously near or atop not just the Eastern Conference side of the table, but the entire league as a whole. They're battling for championships, doing whatever it takes to get that third star there atop of the crest. And I got to be honest with you. I haven't been thrilled with their play under Coach Robbie. And listen, this isn't personal. He's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. But too many times the last season plus, it felt like this team was content with just getting a result, just getting a draw, getting a point. That's not the Rowdies. The Rowdies play on the front foot. The Rowdies are a team that is going to be exciting as hell. When you go out there to Al Lang, you walk out of that place going, God, I can't wait to come back. Too kind of modest when it comes to their play. It hasn't been great. How many times, if you're a Rowdy supporter, how many times in the last year plus have you walked away from a game and you said, another draw, another disappointing performance? There's talent on this team, and you see it in spurts. But the fact that was his record through 42 matches, I'm not surprised that they're moving on from him. If you know, you know. There's no reason to wait. If you're not getting the most out of some of these young players, I mean, you're bringing over some of these guys. You're bringing over Cammy. You're bringing over Ollie. You know, you're trying to usher a guy like Nate Worth, who we haven't seen that much of this year. Remember the incredible free kick for a goal that he had last season? I'm like, wow, this guy's going to be a big part of the future. 2025, watch out for Nate Worth. I mean, we really haven't seen him. Not playing a guy like Forrest Lasso. And I know, listen, he's probably on the backside of his career. He's probably, he wasn't 100% coming off the injury. That's fine. But that's a guy that needs to be on the field. Leo Fernandez, when he's healthy, needs to be on the field. Lewis Hilton, he needs to be on the field. Like the core guys for the Tampa Bay Rowdies need to be out there. We need to get back to seeing these guys playing at that elite level in the USL, where any single year they have an opportunity to win the championship. And it was very stagnant. And I've watched as many Rowdies games as anybody. And it wasn't the most entertaining brand of soccer/football. And I didn't see progression. You don't see guys getting better. You don't see them getting coached up. And again, it's not personal. But this is not the standard that the Tampa Bay Rowdies are used to. And the fact that they made this decision early on this season tells you all you need to know. This isn't something that just happened overnight. I'm sure that they didn't like how it went last season. You look at some of the numbers, how many games, I think it was 4 out of 20. That's not acceptable here. Maybe somewhere else where you're like, hey, we're just here to compete. No, there is a very, very high expectation when it comes to this club. And Robbie did not meet the standards. Not good enough. I went to a lot of games, man, a lot of drives over the bridge to be able to watch that team at Al Lang, and it was just like, I don't want to see. There's way too many talented guys on this team to be able to go out there and to perform at a high level and to be a team that is a force to be reckoned with in the USL. Now, this is a Rowdies decision, 100%. But I think it spoke volumes that Brian Auld was the guy that sent the message here. We know the Rays and the Rowdies and their relationship and how involved Brian Auld and Matt Silverman are. And again, I got to preface this by saying this is a Rowdies decision, no doubt. But the fact that Brian Auld was the guy that sent this message and not club president Ryan Helfrich, good pal of ours, that is a shot across the bow that the talent is here. And this level of play is not acceptable. I like that. Put your flag in the ground early on in this season. No, before things get a little bit too, wayward, let's right the ship and get things going back, moving in the right direction. Tomorrow night at Al Lang is a breath of fresh air for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and I am all for it. Sign me up. I'll be there. All the information, rowdysoccer.com. You want to see a team play with emotion and passion and energy. And, hey, tomorrow night is a good opportunity for the Rowdies to show you what they're really made of. All right, hey, they got rid of your coach. Your levels have been very, very shoddy as compared to what we've seen from you guys in the past. You want to make a difference? You want to prove to everybody that you are a member of Tampa Bay? You want to go out there and get that third star above the crest? It starts tomorrow night at Al Lang. Two more things. One, and we'll talk to Leo Fernandez at 1 o'clock today, so we'll get his opinion on the entire scenario, on how they move forward from here, being part of that core four, that leadership group. Two things that stood out to me before we move back to the hockey stuff. One, I didn't really like that in the note that was sent out that they didn't thank Robbie for his time here with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I thought that was something that probably could have been rectified. We thank Robbie for all he did. We wish him the best on his future endeavors. Like those little things, you may not think it is a big deal, but I had 2 or 3 people already reach out to me saying, damn, they didn't even thank the guy. I understand. And then also, maybe not this year, but Steve Coleman is an interim head coach. And I don't care what it takes. I don't care what kind of feathers you ruffle. But find a way to get Neil Collins back here. Find a way to get Neil Collins back as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Former player. He went back home across the pond. His family probably didn't lull up. You're living in freaking St. Pete, and then you go and you live over there, and you go to Barnsley. Listen, no shots at Barnsley. I love my Premier League. I love my European soccer. But just think about it for his family's sake. He's out there. He's out west. We'll see him later on this year. But let's make this happen. Bring Neil home, because he is the guy that's going to lead this team to the 3rd championship in Rowdies history, sooner or later.